just lazy.
Okay.
But looks like we've loaded into the game.
We are ready to rock and roll, and we are once again starting in the south with the plucky VonIvan, the courageous VonIvan playing as USF against a monster that lurks in the north, Hans.
The monster, that is Noggano. Do you know what RUK stands for? Rocker? Russian KA something. Any ideas?
Okay, it's Russians universally killing anus.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody would fear if they ever came up across anyone with that name.
Indeed. I just didn't completely make that up, but that is one of the most oldest... Sorry, that's not correct English. That's one of the oldest clans in Company of Heroes fandom history, Ruka CL. It's been going since Co 1. Got famous people like Bulat. I'm sure various others. I can't remember any right now. But it's a classic start for VonIvan, going straight for the house, getting the barbed wire up.
Yeah, it's always good there.
What's this he's going for? Have you seen the strat from him? Ooh.
For lots of REs. This reminds me of when back in the day of Vico, and you used to do the 4 RE strat into like 4 riflemen with bars and flamethrowers.
Oh yeah,
anyone remembers those days. So this kind of strat reminds me of that. I've not seen it used, the RE strat like this, the spamming of the REs. I've not seen it in ages, so I'll see if what Von has to show for it. This map, though, I would generally say is probably more allied. Americans would probably do very well on this map, I think, for sure.
Yeah, they will, especially when they've got those beautiful M2 flamethrowers from the Doctrine Chosen, of course, Rifle Company. So these REs do look weak right now, but when they've got those flamethrowers and they're literally smashing you straight out of garrisons, you're going to struggle.
Not sure why. Von just took that initial engagement and didn't even use cover, so I'm not sure what Von's doing there, but I guess he thinks his REs can cope out of cover, but now it's a better engagement from him. I don't know why Noggano's staying in this engagement any longer than he needs to. Maybe he just wanted to get that model down.
Oh my god.
Really? Noggano loses one of his first units? That's unheard of. Is he okay? Has he lost connection?
That was unheard of. I've not seen that before. That's a little bit strange. Don't usually see that.
No, not at all. I don't know. Maybe it might have had a lag then. I wouldn't expect anyone of Noggano's standard to lose one of his first units at all. Yeah, really surprised.
Very surprising indeed. We've got the MG42 in its natural hunting territory in the west on those open plains. It's going to be able to keep position. In the east, though, this Gren's going to have a difficult situation.
Yeah, good flank by Von coming up behind. Volley fire with the one that's not getting focus fire, which is good. More likely to get the suppression off, but he does volley fire out of cover. So again, not the best of use.
Yeah, it's volleying the crap out of this Grenadier. He's just about able to seemingly win this engagement, though. Grenadiers are sticking in there, having to retreat finally. Seems like Noggano doesn't know what's hitting.
Cut off. He went for the cut off there, Von, taking the cut off away from Noggano.
Securing our territory.
That one rear echelon's possibly dying. Needs to get out of there. Gets behind the green cover, but doesn't matter because the angle was there for the Gren.
Von does the same mistake. Oh, well. These guys are half asleep today.
Interesting.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
We have taken it.
And of course, in Steam chat, in a Twitch chat, we've got fake match currently coming up. I mean, you can sloppily lose worker units now and again, but to see one quick in succession, it makes you think, what's happening with these players right now?
The territory is out of contact.
Grenadiers gunning for the rear echelons, pushing them away. Elsewhere,
Could it be a fake match, though? Are you sure? You're 100% sure this isn't a fake match? Just to double check.
Pretty damn sure. If anybody just saw that, that's how you see the players' names there.
Okay, yeah, I just saw that on the stream as well. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I guess they are the people. Okay.
There you go. You lose hype straight away when you see a top-level player lose a worker unit, but we can confirm these are the real players. They've just messed up a couple of times. We can forgive them. They're not gods. Here we go, the first M2 flamethrower on the rear echelon here, doing heavy damage on the Grenadier.
On that Gren. The Gren was all clumped up, and that is why it was that engineer was able to do so much damage to that squad. bit of a bad play from Noggano from keeping that unit clumped up, especially on cover. Whenever you're dealing with flamethrowers, you want to get out of cover. It's the only time you want to get out of cover.
Mauser Car 98 rifles massed behind that log, pushing this lieutenant away. We do now have the 50 cal out from VonIvan. It's a very interesting and eccentric build from him, but it seems to be working quite well so far.
Lots of REs on the retreat path of this last Grenadier. I don't think he'll get the wipe, but he might get a couple of model drops if he focus fires them down. There's one. MG going to sit in VonIvan's cutoff on the east side of the map.
There you go. That's the push out from Noggano in the east. Got VonIvan, however, going for the cutoff yet again in the west. It's a patchwork quilt of territory swapping here on Angerville. It's all going on. Very fanatic engagements. MG's been found out though.
Yeah.
Difficult there from Noggano. He's got to hit retreat instantly. He could lose models to the flamethrower on retreat though.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
So Noggano's tech has been severely delayed because he has had to rebuy his engineers, his pioneers. So now he's teched up to tier 1 or tier 2 rather. He's going to build his next building soon. On the right hand side, Grenadiers get pushed away.
Indeed, the M2 flamethrower are constantly hunting on retreat with that flamethrower. And just notice that VonIvan is doing a lot better this game. He's got interesting map control. He seems to have taken Noggano by surprise with his build order.
MG going to get flanked here. VonIvan does reposition just in time. He might get rifle grenade, but even if a rifle grenade does connect, he should still be fine because those models are separated. Here comes a rifle grenade.
Ooh.
So he retreated into the rifle grenade, which made it hurt. He should have stayed there and taken the grenade, in my opinion. But
very difficult to say that though in the heat of battle, and he's just about gotten away there, so he's okay for now. Where Echelon's doing what they've been doing all game, and that's flame people down on retreat. MG42.
That map control Von's got though, beautiful.
It's going really well for the American. Playing as the Americans, VonIvan. Hashtag believe in chat, please.
Rifle grenade on the REs, they're going to get wiped.
Oh, big wipe there. Heinous from Noggano.
Shame there was a Vet 1 RE. It wasn't the one that had the flamethrower though, so he hasn't got to worry too much. They're not too expensive to lose.
They are not.
Yeah, that Gren might flank that in that 30 cal, 50 cal rather.
Let's try. Probably getting ready for another rifle. They just needs to get a little bit closer to get the range.
He might get the suppression on that Gren here because that one man's sitting out of cover.
Yeah, letting the side down. We've also got a flank preparing, Hans.
Yeah, this looks good. But all the Grens are coming out of base fully healed up. This flank is going to fail.
It is indeed. Probably needs to go and reoccupy the garrisons, and yes, he does that. He's going to be able to keep the eastern side of the map. He's also battling for the west. Look at Noggano's victory point count. It's plummeted, whilst VonIvan's
going down incredibly quick. Did you have a tally of the last VP count of the last game by any chance?
It doesn't matter in Factional Showdown. This particular best of 5 because the maps and the factions are already chosen.
Ambulance ready for action.
But in fairness, even if this was like GCS, I always forget to do that anyway. I've never remembered to do that in my 6 years of casting. Never mind.
Get a med truck out now for Von. Going to heal up those REs back up to full health. Which is quite nice to see.
S-mine field on the northern tip of that hedgerow, Hans. That's pretty cool. That'll protect the flanks.
Do like these 50 cals. 50 cals. Actually, DevM is one of the players that loves using 50 cals as well. They're actually one of the best MGs in the game, actually.
I think.
Oh, a telemine going down, but they've been spotted.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see that. We're going to cancel it to get the munitions back. And he's pushing on. He's going to try and get this MG regardless. And the M2 flamethrower is actually doing the work there, Hans. He might be able to get the cutoff despite perfect positioning from Noggano.
One more burst. You might get a tasty wipe.
The lingering suppression.
Another great having to retreat through a minefield. But it's his own minefield, so he hasn't got to worry too much.
I was thinking that then. But yes, indeed, the suppression of the MG actually helped that Grenadier there because they were still suppressed whilst it was retreating. Wasn't able to get the volleys off. This Pioneer, though, is going to have no such luck.
Needs to focus by those Pios, Danny. Then it'll be the second Pioneer he has lost. All the OT needs to retreat. Oh, unlucky then. That LT did take a bit too long to focus fire that Pioneer. He probably would have gotten the wipe then if he had focus fired it as soon as he realised it was on one man retreating. But he didn't want to lose the LT though, so he retreated it in time. So I guess, you know, you don't want to take that risk. Losing an LT for a Pioneer is definitely not worth it.
What an excellent second game we're having it, and it just makes the series a lot more interesting because VonIvan is in the driving seat here, and that's scary for any passengers, and the passenger by force right now is Noggano. Could you imagine that? You just get into a limousine, and then the doors lock shut, and the driver slot hatch lowers, and it's just, where are we going, Capricorn?
I've had the pleasure with driving with Von as a passenger. And it's been rather amusing.
Then it was.
It's great. What was I going to say?
Something about Company Heroes 2 and this game in front of us right now.
Tier 2 has been tech, but nothing's been built.
Oh.
And now he's taking up to the next tier from Noggano. So I'm really confused as to why he's built the tech when he's not got anything from it. I guess he just built it because he just assumed an M2 or an M20 or an M5 hub trick was on the way, but nope. No, you know,
maybe
that's not the case.
He probably wants a pack 40 at some point, right? You're going to want one when you're down on fuel. But he doesn't think he needs one right now. That's a possible explanation because there are, of course, no vehicles on the field. So he's got the tier 2 up for if a Sherman hits, then he can get the pack 40 out when it's hit. It kind of makes a little bit of sense, I guess. You're not convinced, Hans?
Well, I think the pack is, you know, to have the ability to build a pack whenever you want it is great. But now he is building one. But you know, I think it's strange that he would tech up to tier 3 and then go the pack and not pack then tier 3.
Yeah,
because,
I guess.
You know, if you build the pack a bit later on,
Restaurant about to die. Oh, nice wipe. Sorry, if you build the pack a little bit later on, what's your point?
No, I was just going to say though, if you build it later, then if it's got more, the M20 or the M5 or whatever vehicle that comes on has got more of a window of opportunity.
But there we go, Hans. He's just stolen a 50 cal, so this is going to be his way back in.
Yeah, this is his way back in. Von's made a crucial mistake here, and Noggano shouldn't unpack the MG because those units are in the line of fire of that 50 cal he just recruited.
He's trying to gun them down. But the Mauser fire is doing decent work. Lieutenant needs to get active. Maybe a wipe of the Grenadier would make up for it. Could do it.
It would indeed. Oh, he might get it. He needs to focus it down. Is he going to get the lucky shot? No, the bar guy is reloading. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. You lose a lot of DPS when the brand new automatic rifleman is reloading. And that's a big show of it there.
We have our M4C. No, it's not. It's Easy 8, I believe.
Easy 8 indeed.
Easy 8 being built.
Very similar to the M4C in profile, it must be said. I think a little bit more armor in general, though. Very good tank. Mortar going to get chewed up by this MG. I don't even know if it will be able to retreat in time here. Is able to do that just barely.
Just about. I don't know why that 50 cal was taking so long to fire, but it did so.
Now, one thing VonIvan is great at, Hans, I'm sure you'd agree, is microing medium armor. He's fantastic. Ooh, what's this
Major artillery.
Nice.
Don't see this very often.
You really don't. 60 munitions.
It's all going to hit S-mine field. Either.
He's not gone out there. He's also got a retreat path past his own S-mine, which could detonate. Oh! Loses the weapon as well.
Okay, that definitely makes up for losing the 50 cal.
Definitely. If that's better. MG42s are a little bit more valuable in my mind.
Major, though, is not been retreated. And now he has.
Just about. Easy 8 comes into the field with absolutely nothing done, but it's going to be able to get something done throughout the course of this battle.
When if he'll attack round through the hedgerow, he is trying to. Good play by VonIvan, so the pack can't hit him very easily. He's going to try again with another attack round, see if it's accurate. No, he keeps hitting the goddamn tractor in the way.
Yeah, he hates that tractor. Really hates it. Now the pack's getting on the action. They both hate the tractor. The tractor's now dead.
Rifle grenade coming in on the 50 cal on the left-hand side.
This could die now due to the Mauser fire on retreat.
Again. Yeah, that's probably going to die. If that doesn't die, I'll be very surprised, and Von is incredibly lucky. He does lose it. That Sherman needs to get over there and stop the cap of that. He's trying to get over there, but it's a second mistake, Von. Von does not support his MGs.
He doesn't. And he doesn't retreat fast enough when it's in danger, seemingly.
He needs to be lucky here with the Sherman to wipe this back, but I don't think he will be.
No. Does have quite a tight area of effect. Its profile there. It's very good against vehicles. It's okay, kind of, against infantry, but it's not the best. Look at the victory points.
Telemine going straight in. But yeah, the victory points. I just heard the American announcer just say, yeah, 100 VPs left and remaining. Again, Telemine has been spotted yet again, so Noggano's not getting very lucky with the Telemine placements at the moment. Pack in position, hits, Faust is going to connect as well, so it will be a damaged engine.
Oh, another big shot in from the pack. Damaged, Easy 8's getting out of there. The pack is going to get pushed away, but all these units are suppressed. Hits again at max range. You'll notice in the northeast, a very important point. The victory point is now being capped by Noggano to stem the bleed at 87.
Major barrage on that mortar this time. Noggano is wise. He's not going to fall for that twice in a row. And he retreats just in time.
It's just very cool that he's using it in general, in my opinion.
Yeah, you never really see that. No one ever does use that ability, and it's quite nice to see. It's probably because the Major RT is very lackluster, and a lot of people just automatically retreat out of artillery, but you just don't expect it, and the whole unexpected aspect of the artillery is what's making it good at the moment.
Look at this white phosphorus as well. That's a bit of an underutilized ability. It's got 1% health on each of the 4 models of that MG. Easy pickings for any rifleman that was nearby.
It's a shame VonIvan didn't follow that up with an assault. He just dropped it in to force a retreat or something. If you're going to use artillery, you need to use it on an assault, not just to force enemy back when you can't make up for it, if you know what I mean.
You have a lot of veterancy on Noggano's infantry right now. Looking at the kill counts, pretty high for him. However, it's not too bad this game. It's 77 to 58 in Noggano's favour, so pretty tight KD.
Major's getting messed up over here on the truck. He's not retreating it.
He won that and kind of pushed the Grenadier away. In the northeast, very important. We have to keep an eye on this victory point because it's very important, of course. Grenadier's getting pushed away by those 2 units. And in the west, he's keeping that victory point. So it's good for him. If he can get these victory points down, I think that's his best chance of winning.
Yeah, definitely. I think Von will probably end up winning this game based on VPs. Oof. But he's not making it easy for himself. He's attacking with the Sherman from the exact same angle as before, so it's very easy for Noggano to predict and set up his packs accordingly. And I think that's one of VonIvan's flaws right now with his tank play. He's not really done much with that at the moment. He's got 4 kills on it, and it's been on the field for at least 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's not quite been the shock weapon he would have liked, and I think that's why he's now resulting to getting something a little bit more tradition out. The M4A3 Sherman with the better anti-infantry profile. The damage is being done though, Hans. Look at the victory points, down to 60 now.
Yeah. I think if Von just focuses the right flank and just locks that down, use the buildings as stopping points for the Axis thing. Because he's got no flamethrowers, he's only got to rely on rifle grenades. He's got just the mortar as well to clear buildings. And if he just holds on to long enough for 55 VPs to drain away, I think VonIvan's got this in the bag. And I think he can do it. Hopefully he just realises that. But again, he looks like he's trying to keep pushing on the left-hand side with Noggano's got all his forces.
I think it would have been a good idea from VonIvan to just lock down the east and just see the game out. Whether he would have been able to do that, we won't know now because he's not gone for that. Instead, he's gone for the Sherman backup, and he's going to keep this all-frontal assault ongoing.
Noggano uses the Americans' own ability of the 50 cal he picked up to sprint away from a flanking flamethrower and turn around and suppress it in time. However, It looks like this LT will force that MG away. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Major might go down. Nope, manages just to get away in time.
And I think Von's heard our advice. He's got a small token force in the west, but all importantly, he's sent the Shermans east. And he's going to try and get rid of that aforementioned sprinting 50 cal and cap up that victory point.
Yeah. And again, in GCS as well, it was VonIvan's loss of his own MGs that cost him the game. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. 50 cal suppressing his own infantry as he's trying to finish him off with the VP drain.
But did you see that smoke screen from the M4A3? That was so cool, and now he's able to cap the victory point. We've got a force coming over from Noggano to try and take the southern victory point, but it was mitigated, however, by the Easy 8 Sherman. What a great game we're seeing. It's getting to a tactical fever pitch right now. Oh, he just ran outside the victory point and ran back in.
Rifle grenade on the MG again. Again, this MG's... Again, what's the MG? No infantry supporting it. And again, VonIvan's never learning from this mistake. He constantly keeps losing his own MGs because he just never supports them.
It's possible that his mistakes will not be punished. He's lost 3 MGs in this game because he may be able to see these 49 victory points out. VonIvan fans have got to be clamouring to see those victory points drop because he needs to win this second game of this best-of-5 series.
Well, Sherman's limping away in the centre, getting Fausted and hit by a pack twice in a row. The other M4 A3 Sherman is going to stop the Grens from capping the victory point on the right-hand side. Looks like the packs are going to go... One pack is going to move over to the right-hand side, which is very good.
It is, but look at this. VonIvan's been able to break through the encirclement, and he's now capping the western victory point. He's competing for the east. He's kept that neutral. Here comes the pack, though,
Noggano's playing very risky. There's no support for that pack. If that Sherman decided to smoke it and rush around it, there would be nothing to defend him against the flank from the Sherman. So Noggano's pushed that pack up and not got any Grens to Faust to support. But he is desperate. He needs to do desperate things right now. So it's put him in this situation. He knows he's behind. He knows he needs to grab these points.
Hero Majors just about capped the western victory point while the rear echelons kept up the rear guard. 33 victory points remaining for Noggano. VonIvan pushing on all fronts. Noggano defending on all fronts. This is a very interesting and exciting, dramatic finale to Game 2.
VonIvan doing well there to reverse behind the little house then, so the pack can't shoot at it. Very well played there by Von. He needs to reverse a little further back now.
Good work.
Not sure why he didn't use smoke. He could have smoked that MG, so the
he's certainly got the munitions for it.
Capped the point. Yeah, he's definitely got the munitions, and he could have also used the white phosphorus as well if he needed to.
But I think what he has used and what he has done has seemed to have worked so far because now got 18 victory points left. Can he weather the storm? Noggano is like a hornet's nest that's been kicked. He's going to try and fight for his life for these last 18 victory points.
He's trying to run that Gren on the right then was trying to rush for that far south right hand side VP, but that Sherman's going to stop that. Again though, looks like he's going to lose another 50 cal here. I think that's the third one that was recrewed.
Fourth.
There he goes.
It's the third one to be taken though. You're right. He's lost 3 to the enemy now. And this victory point's now getting taken. Got 11 victory points remaining. Could Noggano... He's
going to stop the train just about.
Oh, it's going to yeah, he's got 9 victory points remaining. And VonIvan's in territory where he's literally just got to storm this northern victory point. What's defending it? Just a pack. We've got a Vet 2 MG. However, Noggano is feeling it, and he knows he's got to reposition. He's got to get everything over there. He's also going to defend over in the west. God, Hans, he's got a difficult task.
This is very risky. He's brought all his AT over to one side. If VonIvan realised this and took all his Shermans to the left and grabbed the left-hand side VP straight away, he would win. But he hasn't realised that yet. And this is where Major Recon would come in handy, so he knows where the packs are at.
Nice use of the smoke screen from the Easy 8 Sherman, which is now flanking for position. However, it's fallen into the double pack trap. Here comes the Major Artillery on their MG position. Here comes the standard Sherman. Got to get rid of that Pioneer who's keeping the circle occupied right now. Big assault comes in. Lieutenant's firing. Got the Major Artillery come down. The phosphorus shells hitting.
Pioneer dives on VP.
Hero Grenadier comes in.
Noggano, it seems.
He's lost so much in this assault. However, he's continuing to attack. There you go, neutralise victory point. VonIvan looks to have taken it, Hans.
Put that his own LT though in the white phosphorus.
Oh, Medal of Honor going to his family. Oh, this is bad. The Grenadiers are coming in. The pack's in position.
Pack's in position. It might take the shot here. He can.
Gotta kill this Gren. Well. And there you go. Very tense end to what's been.
The other one? Oh, he does. Oh.
Wow.
No way. That's GG.
That is GG.
Have anything else?
Oh, hang on. A 2-man Grenadier is going to try and get in this capital, but there's a rear echelon waiting for him. And Noggano knows he's done in game 2. The Tiger's coming out, but it's too little, too late. This shed's taking a battering. That Sherman owes its life to the shed. Will he survive the game? Will he survive? 1 victory point remaining. Oh, the Sherman survived. There you go. What a game.
Well played, Yvonne, but he definitely made it difficult for himself. If he, you know, the only thing I could fault him for is his MGs. Like if he kept his MGs alive and supported his 50 cals with infantry and retreated them when they got in trouble, he would have won this game a lot sooner. Like by gifting Noggano like 350 cals, that helped him stay in the game. And that's the only major fault really with Von's play.
It was an exciting game, though. I know it was only 24 minutes long, Hans, but just because it's in the context of a big, a best of 5, it always makes it exciting.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to seeing what. Do we know what the next map is at all?
It's going to be Crossroads 1.1. Noggano's elected to ban, of course, the Flamer Doctrine he just came up against. So, God, it's almost like United States forces is just getting, kneecapped after every single game because there's not that many commanders. But there you go.
I wonder what he's going to go for next.
It's not called Rifle Company, is it? That one with the flamethrowers. What's it called?
Let me